When was it the last time I reviewed Shokugeki no Soma? I think the last chapter I reviewed of this greatness manga that I have been reading, along with Promised Neverland, I think the last time I reviewed Shokugeki no Soma, and I want to get back into reviewing this greatness, was chapter 199. That, I'm telling you now, that is when I last reviewed Shokugeki no Soma. Was on its 199 episode. The chapter, just one chapter away before hitting its 200th chapter. That's when I last reviewed Shokugeki no Soma. I have just been reading it because I did not have the time to actually review it. And I didn't want to start releasing it on Friday. I wanted to try and releasing it on the day it came out, I wanted to record it. But that's also one of the reasons why I had to drop something. And that's one of the reasons why it led me to end up dropping One Piece. But I got back into reviewing One Piece. And now I want to try and juggle in both. And I want to try to think. But at the same time, there will be cases where my viewing schedule conflicts with how my partner's, my fiance's, work schedule, rota work. So depending on if she has half days or not, then sometimes I won't be able to review the chapters because I'll be spending time with her. So without further ado, chapter 207, I have returned to review the greatness known as Shokugeki no Soma. So this chapter pretty much opens up with Nene and Urara just pretty much announcing that they will have to draw lots. Nene doesn't want to pick and lower herself to Izan's standards and everything. Urara announced that there's special spectator seats for the expelled rebel students, and it turns out to be cages, and they're strapped in cages and they're just watching in those cages. So they're all shocked when Soma pulls out or picks the ingredient for their dish is soba. So Nene's a traditional Japanese cook. She has been raised to do what is traditional Japanese cuisine, traditional Japanese foods, and everything like that of nature. And that pretty much shows how much things, because once the cooking starts, her movements are more like an artist molding clay and everything. Her making the noodles with the ingredients to make them really shows in this chapter and everything. And so everybody was really shocked when he picked Soma, and it could be bad. But then they realised that Soma was up to something. He's going to be using instant soba noodles. Well, we know Soma's up to something. When he decides to use the basic, easiest of ingredients, he will come up with a dish that surpasses even traditional foods. He will come up with a dish. We know this, that Soma's capable of coming up with a dish with just selecting these ingredients, and with Ishiki and everything, really shows. It just shows that this chapter really is amazing. It's been a while. It's been quite a few chapters since I reviewed it. So my reviewing regime for Shokugeki no Soma isn't going to be up to standards than when I last reviewed Shokugeki no Soma. It's going to be really underpowered. It will be really not as it was per se, because I haven't reviewed it for ages. But I will say that this chapter really shows. I love the fact how Ishiki said that if we lose, I've already got a place, already got a plan, that we can all go to a farm and live on the farm and everything like that. And everything. I think Toradoroki would be loving that and everything and stuff. So Ishiki already has already a plan built, just in case the rebels don't win and if he fails and everything. And everybody's was amazed how Soma got all these old Elite 10 members and Subaru as well into this. Apparently, I think Soma mentioned that it took him a while, but it just shows that Soma's up to something definitely with his dish, and that's something that I want to talk about a little bit more nearing the end of my discussions with this chapter. But other than that, this was a really fun chapter, very funny. It's very much more a very comedic chapter, but a very intense one, because at the end we also got the introduction. I think these are the judges for the Regimental D Cuisine. These are the judges, and these seem to be the best of the best people to judge foods there is, because his army's going all out here. So if these judges end up picking Soma's dish for this match, and then it's a 1-1 because it's a 3-on-3 match. There's three 3-on-3 matches, so this is going to be easy. So if Soma's team loses and he loses, then it's the next two teams, and they have to really work together to make sure they win all three matches, because they need to get two. It's either 2-2s, or they need to really balance it. They need to really make it either end up being the first one being a draw, second one is then the one there, and it'll be then the last match where either one of those will need to pull all their stops and make sure that they end up winning this, because we know that this is the conclusion of it. I will say the Azami's reign arc, the whole Azami's reign at Tutsuki arc is probably at the end of this, and I can see that that's going to be the case because this story is about Tutsuki Academy, about Shokugeki No Soma's within the academy and everything, and Soma's growth within the story of becoming a great chef in the school as well. And we know that Azami's reign needs to end at some point, because they can't just have Soma being expelled and all the rebels being expelled, because he's doing this to get his friends back in Tutsuki. So I can already see the outcome that it's going to be somewhat. I would say that this outcome would probably be the rebels winning anyway, because Azami's going to end up losing and everything, because I know that Soma doesn't want his father, Jorichiro, being under his underlings, be one of Azami's underlings as well. But this chapter is the beginning of the Regimental Decozine, the Regimental Shokugeki, and it just really is amazing how much the chapter really goes for, and how much Yuto and his team really put into the greatness into this series. But the first match has really went underway, and I'm really loving how everything's going at the moment. I've been jittering about everything. I've been going off path and everything, being discussing past elements of the chapters, but I was really putting in my thoughts about what's actually going to be happening here as well, and what and my foreshadowing or thoughts on what probably be the end of this whole Azami's reign arc. I know this is the elimination exams, the heading into first year exam arc, but all in all, I class those as sub arcs, like the mini arcs within this, because the whole point of this arc at the moment, with Azami being the headmaster and everything, is literally the Azami's reign arc. The Azami's control arc, the central arc, is pretty much the main arc title, I think, for myself. I know that's probably my own fan term, that's probably my own term for this, and I know that the actual arcs are the sub-arcs, but while Azami's in power, it falls under the whole Azami saga. Let's go with the sagas instead of the arcs, let's go with the sagas. But yes, this match has gone, and Nini seems like a tsundere. Definitely she is a tsundere, kept up with character and everything. And I loved how Kuga jokes around how she has this really nasty meaner to her, how she will say stuff. But that's probably how she's been raised. That's probably in her nature due to how she was brought up and how she ends up seeing people. And at the same time, Kuga mentions that she's probably on a period as well, and everything. So there was a lot of comedic parts in this chapter, a lot of elements of funny bits, and I do feel sorry that Soma ended up picking soba as the ingredient for the dish. So I'm really wondering how everything's going to be going with this chapter, and it just goes to show how much everybody's grown, how much everybody wants to be winning this badly to get their friends back, because there's a lot on Erina's hands that she can't afford to lose. Soma doesn't want to lose his diner and everything, because that's his place to live, that's his home, that's where he was raised, that's where he became a cook in the first place before he came to Tutsuki and everything. So this Regimental Decodine has a lot of elements and a lot of stuff that is coming up now in this chapter, and really is what's going to happen now in this. So that would be it for my review for Shokugeki no Soma chapter 207, and I really did enjoy it. I really did enjoy chapter 207. I will be back again for chapter 208. I'll make sure I am reviewing these chapters for you guys back again frequently. Might be a slow process, but I'll be trying to get back into these reviews for you guys. But other than that, Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. I've been your host, Kai from Otaku Corner, member of the 00 Club, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now. See ya. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed my return to reviewing the greatness that is Shokugeki No Soma. It's one of the greatnesses I review on this channel. My main greatness is the Promised Neverlands, as that's been my favourite series in Jump at the moment, and I've been reviewing it since day one. I have 30 videos of reviews of those chapters, so I am in the same number of releases as there are chapters to go with it. So I'll probably be doing one big chapter 100 video for that series when I hit 100 reviews for that chapter as well. So I'll be continuing reviewing Promised Neverlands, but Shokugeki No Soma is what I reviewed this week on today's chat today, and I really did enjoy it. So like always, what did you think about this chapter? I keep on forgetting to mention that. What did you think about this chapter? Why don't you head over and click down below in the comment section and comment your thoughts, your theories, and what's going to be coming in the foreseeable future, and we can discuss this as well. For Shokugeki No Soma. Also, why don't you check out the playlist of my other 42 videos, well now 43, of Shokugeki No Soma, so you can check out all my past reviews and what I thought about them as well in that nice little package of a playlist there. Why don't you also check out my recent video of One Piece as well by just checking that, or check my recent review of Promised Neverlands. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to always keep up to date with all my videos. Don't forget to like and share this video around to your friends and whatever. Just make sure that there's shares and everything, and hit that bell so you don't ever forget any notifications. Also, did I mention I have a Twitter account and a Facebook fan page? Links are both down, and I will say this, in the video description. A lot of people don't read those. No. So I'm saying now, click the arrow to get all the information of the description of the video down there, and there'll be links to my YouTube, my Facebook fan page, and my Twitter account. All my videos get instantly posted on Twitter, so make sure you also follow me on Twitter as well, and everything. But I see you next time. See ya.